You are listening to DC On Screen.
All right, welcome into DC On Screen. A little bit tired. I'm David C. Robertson. This is Jason Goss.
Hey, I started to worry. It sounded like you fell halfway through that.
Yeah. All right. So what we got here? Lanterns 102 Trust Fall. Is that right?
Trust Fall.
Trust Fall. I have questions.
What you got?
If y'all haven't seen the episode, go watch it. It's on HBO Max. We're not holding back on spoilers.
No, although this one isn't, I don't think, as spoilerific as the first one. You know, not as much danger, but yes, go see it.
Well, I have questions. I want to know what the fuck is up with that hospital that has no patients. And as far as I can tell, no staff.
And, you know, I wondered, is that like a comment? So is that a commentary on the fact that you just have a rich guy providing all of the government subsidies in that town? So there's a hospital, but like they can't even really fill out the hospital, but they have one because they have a rich guy, but they don't even need all that. So is it that, or is it the more nefarious? I'm prepping for something, and y'all will figure out when we're going to fill out this hospital when I say so.
Yeah, it's. I think it's the rich guy thing, and it's also that part.
A and B.
Something's about to happen.
So you want A and B on this one?
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I want to know how John could keep concentrating on that fucking bird when he was unconscious.
I don't know. So I wondered if that's why at the end, when Hal asks him, what did that bird mean to you anyway? Mm-hmm. And he kind of dissolves the bird, I guess, which seems sad, but I guess because we've been through a whole episode with this thing, but I guess it has to go out some way. But I wondered, is like, how you can kind of dream about the thing that you were thinking about a lot, or, your dreams are going to be thematic to what you're going throughout the day or something like that, or something that's been on your mind a lot. I just wonder if it's like that. Like, so the bird was some piece of his subconscious that really kind of came out here. Mm-hmm. So it's not, he doesn't have to actively concentrate. It's that it's kind of like a piece of him that's out there. Like if you, in that way, that's why Hal asks him, like, what did the bird mean to you? Because like you manifested a piece of you into something that was really fucking impressive. But like, I guess the concentration part is more just on that kind of, id instinct is what I'm guessing. Yeah.
I'm certain that is important that it remained intact while he was subconscious at least twice.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing for it to remain intact while he's getting his ass beat or various states of ass beatery, but unconscious. Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird. And from what he said at the end, apparently pretty impossible.
Well, that's why I was kind of
for him to do that without a ring.
Well, yeah, to not even have an ear. So that's why I was speculating about, like, is this sort of a manifestation thing? Because like the constructs are supposed to be, I think about a punching glove, I visualize them. It's almost like a visual cue. But Hal at the beginning of this says I don't think he's actually fucking with him that hard when he's trying to get him to fly. He's like, it's just instinctual. I actually think he's explaining it as best as he can. For me, I think in flight, I don't know, Junior, it's instinctual for me. I just go up, and I don't think he's trying to be more of a dick than normal there. If anything, he's actually trying to be honest for once. But like, they go, especially, what do you want to call the dude that kidnaps him? I don't. They probably gave his actual name, so that would work. But
it's Antaan, Antaan.
Okay, so Anton. So that dude, though, the character actor that I've known for a long time,
Paul Ben Victor.
Yeah, he great job by the way. But he goes through and he elucidates a lot of what was special about what John was doing. Like it's outside of. Well, first he's wondering how's Hal doing this? He's way outside of proximity, and like living things are especially hard. How's he doing it that far away? Mm-hmm. And then he realizes, oh, it's John, and then he has even more questions. Like, okay, well that solves my proximity problem, but not really. It actually makes it worse. So you're telling me that not only is proximity in it, because I don't see no ring here, bro, and you've got a living thing up that which is. What? And you did this. You're not even holding holy shit.
Yeah.
Like he is absolutely blown away by it, but he doesn't necessarily mention the fact that he was unconscious a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
As it being extra.
It's a little extra. Who do you think the mysterious benefactor is?
Well,
Do you think it's the Manhunter?
That's my first thought. Is it's probably the Manhunter because that would make sense.
Yeah.
But
I feel like because we assume that it's not going to be.
Yeah, because that can't be your Act 1. You don't want your Act 1 reveal to be that. The other reason I want to, you want to put it there is because I've only been introduced to so many characters, and your tendency is to make sense of the characters you have.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to invent another one. But like for that not to be a Manhunter, I feel like we have to have some other character we're going to introduce later that's a benefactor that is somehow aware and is fighting the Manhunters.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to introduce another party here. Now, what do you think about Oliver Queen, though?
What about him?
As the benefactor. I only say that because you remember that weird fucking picture.
Yeah.
That Garrett Dillahunt put up, and it's quick. He took it down pretty quick, but he put up a picture of Green Arrow
of himself as Green Arrow.
Himself kind of as Green Arrow. It did like a let's go kind of thing very quickly, and it went away. And I don't know where that went, but hey, Oliver's got a lot of money.
That's true. Yeah, I've wondered off and on if this guy was secretly Oliver under a different name.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like BVS except it's Oliver instead of Bruce. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Could be fun. I don't know.
I mean, that's me trying to shoehorn in a possible what's the word? Media training misstep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though. If we're talking about from what I've seen in the script here, though, also his sheriff is a transplant from. I say his. I'm even buying into her speech about how like every time someone treats Macon as the head honcho here, it works. I even did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the sheriff is from Gotham.
Yeah, and now it makes me think of remember that scene last week when she was on the phone and she said, "Say hi to Barb for me."
Mm-hmm. Forgot about that. But you're right. But like, hey, I see two eligible rich people here. Wayne because obviously couple Gotham connections. Oliver because I don't know if you want to go off screen a second. There's something cheeky that might have been happening there.
Mm-hmm.
If we stay within the characters, could very well be a Manhunter trying to stay in on the plan themselves.
Curious. I don't know. What do you think? I think my theory right now is these people, because originally I thought like, oh, there's a fucking Red Lanterns, and that's who's after. That's who Paul Ben Victor is. People were saying like, oh, he's probably Atrocitus, and I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Now I'm thinking they're fucking Martians. What they showed Jon Stewart was the Manhunter's destruction of Mars. Yeah,
I think so. I thought we were about to see some serious exposition, but we skipped that and just did some real kind of detail work acting with there.
Mm-hmm. Now they might be white Martians.
It could be any number of Martians. It could be any species we want here because it's the Manhunters will just wipe out a species if they see fit. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
They are. I don't even know what their motivation is really. I need to look at more about this, guys. We should pull out the old DC Encyclopedia, knock it out.
You're talking about the original Manhunters?
Yeah, the original. I can't remember what their real motivation is. What's the?
Well, they all kind of went.
Esprit de corps.
They were supposed to go around and find injustice throughout the galaxy and take care of it, and then.
But then you start calling everything injustice.
Yeah, they all kind of
that old trope
sected off, and different ones had different ideas about what justice was, and there were those that became embedded, like they said on the show, in different societies. And that they are the reason that the Martians call themselves Manhunters, or that their police force does call themselves Manhunters. But that's all comic shit. We don't know about what they're going to do here.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, just trying to get a theme out of their like what their enforcement issue is, like what drives them. But I mean, it's just misguided justice dickery, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna have to see that revealed as we get there then.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of Ollie Queen possibilities, who do you think it was that paid for Hal's mansion? Because he said he saved some rich guy's son or kid. I think is what he said.
Kid, yeah. I don't think that. I didn't take that to be anyone that has to be named yet.
Yeah. Okay.
We got I think we added 1,000 millionaires or something like that over the course of 2025. I forget it. Something like there's plenty of rich dudes. I I didn't for some reason catch that was just going to be a guy, but it very well could be.
Yeah.
Now, if it is, I don't think it's anyone that we've just discussed. If it is someone,
all right,
I think that might just be a bit of a stray.
It might be a little red herring because they know that we're going to wonder. They know that we're going to conject.
Yeah, a lot, and we don't have to. That doesn't necessarily have to be somebody like knows anything about what's going on inside the house. They just wanted to get it off their But I guess the reason I wrote it off very quickly is because he kind of gives it a full story. He says the guy.
I'm sorry. Sorry. You said they want to get it off their cunt. What?
Their conscience.
Oh.
Not even the Australians have a phrase. It's like that.
I swear to God, you stopped in the middle of that word.
I think I was going for conscience and retooled how I was going to go about that.
Yeah,
but
just wanted to get it off their cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to stop.
It's like there's so many ways you could make that a phrase that it becomes impossible to make it a useful one.
I just had to get it off me, cunt.
Yeah, are you angry? Are you horny? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think it could be either.
I think in a lot of cases it just means that like a load of groceries fell on you while you were trying to take them inside.
Yeah, I'm having issues with my pelvic floor.
Just need to get the 24 pack of water off your waist area. That's really
yeah.
But in this case, they give us a quick story. Like there's a quick wrap up where Hal's like, I just didn't. He was gonna feel emasculated, so I'll let him buy me something. Okay, we don't have to meet him again. Although there is, I also feel like they might have tied in the fact that they were related, but we'll see. Maybe not. They might not have had to do that quite yet. Just because it happens to be the thing that was shown here. In terms of prop work, how'd you like the lantern?
Oh, I love the lantern. It looked great.
The lantern itself? Yeah, I thought it looked really good. Real heavy.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it really contains something.
Right. Those pictures, it contains those pictures of Greg Dillahunt as Green Arrow.
Yeah. Probably. This, when he's walking down the hall, it really did remind me of like the Doom Patrol inside that manor, whatever the hell that one was. But I'm not rich, so I've only seen one rich hallway in my life.
Yeah,
as far as I know, just the inside of every rich hallway. And
well, it's that same mansion they use in the X-Men movies in Arrow and Smallville. It's like the same fucking one. That's the only one I see
that's the only one that I would actually remember if I saw the front of it. Is
the front of it is the X-Men mansion, and then the side of it is from Smallville, and then the back of it, I guess, is from fucking Arrow. It's the same.
I forgot about the X-Men mansion too. Yeah,
it's the same fucking place.
That is fantastic. Speaking of, while he's inside the mansion here, which someone points out later, he hasn't even really. Oh, they pointed out in the they're doing like these behind the scenes clips at the end of the credits right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to do that for every episode or just for a couple going in or what. But on this one, they mention that part of the set design is meant to echo Hal being humble. Like he's got pictures of him and famous people. Like there's a picture of him shaking Bill Clinton's hand or something like that. But he hasn't hung it. It's sitting on the floor.
Yeah, it's one with him and George W. Bush, and then one with him sitting and laughing with Obama.
There we go. But yeah, he's got these pictures and they're framed and all that, but he hasn't actually hung them. It's supposed to be just a symptom of him not thinking very highly of himself at the end of the day. Which that can kind of work for set dressing for me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm really digging this Hal Jordan, man. I didn't think I would.
Oh, I'm very much big fan. Like I'm not gonna go back for Friday Night Lights, but I could see why. I could see why he made a show last for a very long time. Kyle Chandler's been electric so far in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely captivating. He's been like he's playing a guy that I saw I think it was in GQ or Vanity Fair or some shit, like some pull quote recently where he said he just kind of likes playing some of the old salty guys that just always having a bit of an issue like this.
Mm-hmm.
The old Hemingway-esque types or some shit, right? But you want to hate him a lot. And he's just being so damn charming most of the time. I'm good with him.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, how'd you like his pet, by the way?
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't remember anything in the comics.
I don't. If that's a reference to something, and I'm certain it is, I didn't catch it. Actually, I'm surprised. I thought I would have seen. It's been 24 hours. I thought the internet would have just flooded me with the Easter egg reveals of that by now.
Yeah, it was created specifically for the HBO series Lanterns. It does not have a direct counterpart in the DC universe.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, hello, Earl. Well, it was a good reference though.
The Mogo.
Yeah.
with his voice activation of the box.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Mogo doesn't like company, something like that.
Doesn't socialize.
Mogo doesn't socialize. Yeah. From
Alan
the comics,
Moore's.
but yeah, Alan Moore's
tale, I believe.
Alan Moore's introduction of Mogo, he's a planet.
Mm-hmm.
This some stupid motherfucking bounty hunter comes looking for Mogo because he hears he's the baddest motherfucker, and he's got to come. He's like, I'm gonna take you out, and then I'll be the baddest or whatever. Yeah. And he lands on this planet where he heard Mogo is, and he's like looking for him, and he can't find him, and then he realizes as he like leaves that like fucking Mogo is the whole planet. Like the foliage make up the Green Lantern ring.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
It really is. I enjoyed that. A couple of the action scenes that were striking. Well, you know what? Actually, all the action scenes. I rewatched both of them twice just to catch all the clips. They're quick, but they were good.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one just now and realized like I meant to look at this again to make sure I'd seen it correctly, and I think I did. But yeah, I think he actually kind of uses the bird in the fight inside the van.
He does.
Like, he wills that bird into his face a little bit just to give him a second.
Well, not only that, did you notice that when they're in there putting that gun up to his head and projecting that shit into his brain, the bird is actively like attacking that dude's head and making him bleed. The guy's like pouring blood from that bird, who's just like attacking the shit out of his head.
I did not catch that. All
it's the dude like holding the thing to him.
That's fantastic. No, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
that'll come up in a second. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
My favorite line. This was a dumb comedy bit, but I really, it was part of how this has become charming. It was, he gets pulled over with a bunch of dead dicks, buckled up, bless him.
Yeah.
But he gets pulled over, a bunch of corpses in his car, and so, okay, you don't realize what's going on here, and she explains it in detail, and she goes, oh, he comes back to him. It's a great comedy beat. He just comes back to him. Okay, let me rephrase. You obviously realize exactly what's going on here.
Yeah. I can't remember what he said at the very beginning.
Is this about my insurance?
Yeah, something
on insurance.
Yeah, is this about me not being insured or something like that? Yeah.
It's like, what does he put it? Like, is this about me not being on the insurance? Blah blah blah. She's beside herself, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
This scene's so slow. I wish it would just give me the line. He says it is pretty much exactly what it looks like. But in my defense, I was going to ask you at the meeting, and you shushed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used the word shushed. Yeah, sure enough.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a very Hal Jordan thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've really enjoyed those two. Now later, he has a it's a cute, quaint. I guess quaint is the word I wanted. Moment for him, like first she presents her case, exactly the one that I just betrayed her on a second ago, even though I agree with her. About, yeah, dude, I'm trying to run this town. It's a delicate fucking balance. I got this weirdo fucking rich guy, and everyone wants to pay attention to the money, but I got a fucking town to run, so I got to do a little bit of sideways management here, even a little bit upwards management here. You're kind of being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And then, correctly not having anything really to say to that, he says, I'm sorry, and just completely, gives her point. Like, yeah, just sorry, we'll not let it happen again. But then there's a pause, and he says, you were at my bedside. He's touched. He's touched. I hope they don't try to make these two sleep together. I kind of don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I've already made peace with the fact that I think it might be where they're heading.
I have no vested interest either way.
That's a way you could go with it. The only reason I have any vested interest is because her husband seems, from what's been presented in the show so far, to be a decent guy. Also, played by Jason Ritter. He's probably going to end up playing a decent guy most of the time.
We'll see.
He's just got one of those wholesome faces. Like if you cast him as a villain, you better mean it, and it needs to be like something like Scream. Like he'd be a great villain for something like Scream. He's a nice guy right up until like 4, and you realize he's been in the house the whole time and all that shit.
Remember, Candace, the brighter the picture, the darker the negative.
Yeah.
I always got to pull out Rupert Thorne,
Yeah, whip her on out there.
She said, dent's so clean he squeaks.
Yeah. You like this little bit where he's look at that, the cavalry just in the nick of time, and then they walk forward.
Mm-hmm.
There's that beat, and they just stand there for a second. Cavalry's a lot faster in the movies. They kind of They do it in a way where even the joke would have hit it even more if they'd kind of let the editing drag on even more. But it was a good line.
Yeah. I think it dragged on for just as much as it needed to. Like I was getting a little bored there. I was like, all right.
With the gag?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was glad that he said something about it because I was like,
well, yeah,
in my head, I was like editorializing. I was like,
yeah, it was pregnant.
It's not quite in the nick of time, Hal.
Yeah. and then Hal comes in there for you. I think I would have left another like 1 second on the after the joke period myself. Or maybe even traded a second from before.
Yeah.
But I am no editor. But they have a lovely conversation out here. Where we do get a little more of the layout of, I guess, the politics of how this town's built.
Mm-hmm.
This guy doesn't hide his motives, which I like so far. He just tells him straight up, look, I'm worried about colonization. These motherfuckers are fucking, they're advanced alien tech. I've got a benefactor with other, maybe better tech, we're hoping. And if it's up to me, we're not going to go through all this shit again if I have anything to say about it. Like, okay, so cool. He's straight. By the way, there was a sniper in that, in that, whatever he called that thing over there, stand or some shit. Like, there's a sniper over there in that fucking tower. Don't do anything. He got you. I told you not to do that.
Yeah.
But straight shooter, and even tells him, like, Hal, I respect the job you did, but, like, you're done, right? You need to get on. I mean, Hal's obviously... like the point of the show right now in episode 2 is that Hal, if I was going to put the, recap on it for the episode, it would be Hal continues to investigate why the whole town seems to not want him to stay around. But when I say it out loud, I'm realizing like, because you're kind of a dick. And as far as they know, the mission's over. Like you should get to stepping. You make sense on paper.
Yeah.
Not sure what else there is to investigate.
There's a lonely old bastard trying to be a superhero to people who don't want him.
Yeah, like trying to milk some kind of chivalry out of a situation that does not need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a rough one. We'll have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's actually making an impact here and that his choices have been...
Oh, sure.
Oh, you're right. There's a lot of blood. I just skipped ahead. He is just pounding on that guy.
Yeah.
He's just coming out. It's a real crowded scene. I didn't catch that.
That bird's taking him apart.
Going at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's just got blood pouring out of his head by the end of it.
That guy's got some... I did see the damage. He's got some damage on the side of his head anyway that I'd clocked, but I didn't realize he's just sort of like getting actively attacked by the bird. You would think that would... I don't know what the bird's doing. He's just chirp, chirp, chirp. I have been more threatened by yellow jackets who got confused while I was sitting there trying to read a book than I feel like that bird could do as far as damage goes right then. But what are you going to do, though? What are you going to do? But this also, it turns the whole series on its head, to some extent, right? Actually, twice in the episode now, I think about it. Because John effectively goes from spy to not a spy all in the course of like the last act of the show. Mm-hmm. I mean, they, as I'm watching now, they've just lifted him back up and cut the reins off or cut the restraints off him because, he's as indoctrinated as you can be. And you actually saw our pain. You know what we're going through here. That's a teammate now. Mm-hmm. It involves this whole other side of the mission. We got like 48 hours to get them to figure out where the hell the Manhunter is and get it back to them so they can try to put him down. So that's roughly our ticking clock now. Yeah. And then into the episode, he for absolutely no good reason, decides that he does trust Hal and tells him everything. Mm-hmm. And I'll say it that way for a reason. When you're looking at what's on paper here, Hal has not made a good case for himself.
So one of my questions is, like, so he said you got 48 hours. And then he goes all the way back to Hal from where he was, which means he's got way less than 48 hours. But he tells Hal we have 48 hours.
Yeah, I guess that would have cost him a couple hours there.
I would assume more than a couple.
How
I don't know where he's at
right now.
I don't know. He took a plane. He took a plane.
Was it a plane? Yeah, they're in a high rise at the moment. Let's call it a half day. I'm not sure we're gonna have to hold him to the 48 hours yet, but that may be bothers. We'll have to wait and see. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was like a soft 48 hours where the 48 hours is known to have started here coming up. Also, I don't know why the 48 hours is
important.
Yeah, why it has to be.
Other than just for it to be like, 48 hours. That means there's a ticking clock.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just to move things along right now. Like, I think it's going to be, I guess that'll be my answer, is it's a soft 48. Like, I don't think they're going to say it, it looked like it was afternoon. They're not going to say it, 1,600 hours and 32 minutes. You didn't make it in time. I don't think we're doing that.
Oh.
I mean, they handed him advice, but it looked more like a pager than anything else. I will be curious if we go into the next episode and it starts to click down, where that starts to tick down again.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized he woke up in the hospital and they kept his ring on him.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows I guess. This does bother me about it, the ring a little bit. Now that I'm really watching it exist on a person, I lose shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like right now, he got shot because he was going around all cocky with zero energy in his ring. So he gets shot. He's out cold. He wakes up. I mean, they could have just taken the ring. He's in a gown. They took him out for surgery. They put the ring back on him. Like, yeah, there's no reason he'd have the ring on in the hospital right now.
Well, other than the fact that he's a superhero, and don't you dare touch that fucking ring?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'd have to be respect.
What if they went to go take it off and it like wouldn't leave?
See, I don't know of anything in the lore that does that, where it
I
doesn't.
feel like I've seen it.
Yo back to you.
I feel like I've seen it happen. Yeah.
I want to look that up now. But that was what I was curious about. Is he's got the ring. Everyone knows what it is. It's clearly left there as a show of respect, which means you got to occasionally have some dude who just pockets it instead, tries to make a run for it.
It just rips out of his clothes and goes back to the user. Unless you're Hal and you kill everybody and then put them all on your fingers.
Yeah. Unless you're Hal and you turn the whole world into a bottle, or you put the whole world in a bottle. It's
a little worse than putting the whole world in a bottle.
It's a lot worse, yeah. Now, I mean, there's a cute little story of I believe it's a Japanese story, but it was, I want to say in like the 80s, 90s, so not that long ago. But like it's a UFO story where basically these kids found this tiny little, imagine, I don't know, about a foot across, about a football size thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they found this thing, and they did whatever a kid would do with it. They beat the crap out of it, trying to do something to it. And it would light up occasionally with no sign of where the light was coming from, and they try to beat the ever living hell out of it, and they couldn't cause it any damage whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Anyway, they tried a few things, but the part that reminded me of it is every time they tried to get it back to their place to experiment with it, and every time they'd get like a certain distance, it would just vanish out of their backpack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And which was fun because at first they started blaming each other. You dropped it. No, you didn't. And then after it's happened to a couple of them, they realize, and like at some point there's a kid like just holding it under his shirt, and they just run as far as they can, like they claim it was just like my shirt was empty. Sorry, but I've never heard of the ring doing this. It would be nice to. It'd be a nice feature.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've seen the ring. I know I've seen it fly to Kyle Rayner in Superman the Animated Series. True. Like it just flew right off the dead dude's finger and flew right to Kyle.
Well, that's what I'm remembering. There's all these stories of lantern on lantern violence where you can take another lantern's ring, but then you might be like, well, maybe it's a special lantern thing. But then again, one of my favorite little graphic audio memories was the Batman just stealing, I think it was Kyle, that he steals the ring right off his finger while he's yelling at him.
I remember he did it to Hal in the New 52. I thought it was the New 52. It's like, well, Hal is talking to him about like, oh, what are you, just rattling at him, and then looks down and realizes his ring isn't there, and Batman's like holding it. It's like, it's an interesting weapon. Yeah.
This one, it's in some Wonder Woman story where Ares features. It's been years, I can't remember the details now, but it's just some moment where I think it was Kyle's version that I remember for some reason being in this one, but he's yelling at Batman and saying like, you've got no powers, you've got, blah, blah, blah. I've got the greatest weapon in the universe. You have nothing, blah, 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 blah. What do you think you're going to do to defeat me? Or blah, blah. Like, he does this whole fucking speech while he's yelling at him and then tries to use the ring and it's just not there. And, Batman just pulls it out and opens his palm. Obviously he's got the ring, puts it back in his utility belt and says like, I don't have any powers because I don't need them. And then clocks him in one punch. Yeah,
that sounds like something else. That sounds like part of something else.
Yeah, I don't know. But those are the things I'm thinking of when I'm saying like you can take one from a guy. But yeah, I just figure some hospital orderlies. You're gonna run into some dude that just pockets the ring and just tries to make a run for it and see if I can do anything with this thing. Yeah. What I'm saying is I might be very tempted to. I mean, I'm just gonna go try it. I'm just gonna go out in the parking lot and try it.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
I don't know.
Destroy Coast City or something.
I mean.
I'd end up fucking up and doing a little bit like what Hal did, which that does scare me all the time. Like, because I have a fear of flying anyway, profound fear of flying. So like the idea of doing what Hal did in this episode, where he gets up there and realizes that there's no power and just sort of sinks far too rapidly to the ground. I don't like that at all.
No, that's terrible.
That's fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, in Iron Man 2, when Stark's having panic attacks and because he's just having that, like, I'm just a man in a tin can, you know, kind of moment, like these gods and monsters, and I'm just a dude. That's what I would feel like every time I was above like 12 feet above the ground.
Yeah. 12 feet.
It really wouldn't take as many feet as I would like to think it would take.
A third rung of a ladder, motherfucker.
I'm thinking 10 feet's a story. 10 feet's one story.
I have literally asked you to come over and climb a ladder.
I have, yeah. You're right. About 20 feet is probably where I actually get. So 2 stories is where I start going like, because I think that's the point where I'm like, yep, my body definitely doesn't want to do that if it hits. There's absolutely nothing between me and the ground that comforts me in the slightest, is what it's amounted to.
Yeah. There ain't no way in hell I'd be a Green Lantern. Fuck.
No. I never passed that test. Like the first one would be like, how do you feel about flying? Terribly afraid. All right, I'm out.
Right.
There's a lot of the other stuff I could do. I don't think I would, like, I would have handled Earl just fine. I can handle being startled by weird shit. That'd be fine. But stuff I know coming, like flight, fuck you. I'm out.
Yeah, I get it.
Couldn't. I think I would do better being assaulted by 3 or 4 men whose opening gambit is to wrap my head. Anyway, I would rather be a taken hostage, I think, than actually go on a flight knowing that I have to get on the flight with people treating me well the entire time. I would almost rather be abducted and thrown into the back of a van and taken somewhere.
That's interesting.
Because the whole time I'd be thinking like, well, you know what I'm not doing? Leaving the ground.
Right. Oh, Jesus God.
It's a rough calculus.
All right. Well, so we got a little taste of the Sinestro conversation that's coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Not much of it though, for real.
No, it felt very casual. You get a sense of the depth of their time together. Mm-hmm. Do you ever see scenes like that where somebody approaches somebody in prison? Like, I think, I am terribly afraid of flying, but I think I might be more afraid of prison. Just the idea that I would be sat somewhere with nothing to do for endless hours is, I don't know. These are 2 competing fears as far as worst fears go. But you ever see somebody like Sinestro like that like, you get the sense that he's just been sitting there for 2 years. He's been sitting in that position for 2 years until Hal approached him. And then you're supposed to just act like a normal person, and then Hal walks away after a 10-minute conversation, and you go back to sitting there for like 3 more years.
Yeah.
Oh, what misery.
So Sinestro says to him, he's like, oh, tell me about the manhunters. He's like, oh, if there's a manhunter, that's going to be the second biggest threat to you that's out there. And then he mentions, like, tell me about Jon Stewart. Because I guess Jon Stewart is the first biggest threat to him, since he's his replacement.
Yeah. I mean, that's the bit we have from the trailer is the say it out loud. Mm-hmm. And Sinestro, man, credit him what he's good at here. Like he walks up and immediately clocks Hal's 2 most present, prescient, and accurate fear bases. Like he knows how to get the hooks in.
Yeah.
Speaking of that one, because the scene's also up on while I'm reviewing here in the background. But how did you feel about the suit now that you've seen it?
I still think it looks awful.
I thought you might. It's not my favorite either, but I think I like it more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I think it looks bad.
I think it specifically does look better while he's flying.
I mean, yeah, in motion while he's flying away, so I don't have to see it anymore.
That's rough. That's rough.
It just looks stiff. It looks very CW.
I prefer the darker shots.
It's not even fair to say it looks like...
The stiff CW part, I think, is probably a fair criticism. I think this has more money in it than those. I stand by that. I do stand by that. I was going to say there's some seasons of Arrow that might have this much going on, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah. Let's see. I was going to say, to be fair, the Flash suit looks better than this. The Flash CW suit looks better than this.
Nah, it depends on what year. Because some years I think I'd agree, some years I wouldn't.
Yeah, that might be true. That might be accurate.
I was going straight to the Arrow one because it's real kind of, overstrapped leather based.
Yeah.
I don't think I mind this one nearly as much as I would as I did in the shots that I'd seen before. I don't think I mind it when he's actually in it. I think he looks okay in it when he's standing there. I think I would like way less brown though.
Yeah, I think that's just dirt. That's just dirt, y'all.
Maybe. Let me see one.
They literally said it in the little post episode documentary. They dirtied it up.
It's dirty and everything. Yeah, let me see him in a uniform that's meant to go to an awards ceremony, not something that just arrested Sinestro 12 years ago.
Well,
and hasn't seen a dry cleaner since then.
Is it being dirty didn't have nothing to do with how flexible it looks.
I thought it looked okay in the flexibility part. I keep thinking about how he's moving, and like I'm going to withhold judgment on the flexibility for now. I think there's a chance for it.
It looks too big for his body. It looks like he's wearing that fucking coat underneath it.
I think that's the shoulders.
Yeah.
Because the shoulders are a little bit wider than he is when he's holding it. Like, the only thing about the suit that I was super distressed by, I guess, was like when Jon Stewart's holding it up. Mm-hmm. Like, man, it'd be like holding up your kid's onesie because you miss dressing like, a kangaroo or whatever the fuck. Like, if you like Bluey came around after I was a kid, and I would wonder what the onesie would look like, man. I mean, he's too big.
Yeah,
he's a big guy, and like the suit itself isn't magical. It's not going to like form to his needs unless.
I think I do like the version where the suit just comes from the ring as well.
I think it's more practical. I really hate how bad of a job they did with so many things in 2011, but. I mean, one of them is, I think, the idea of a fully CGI suit, it got flattened into that was the problem. That was not the problem. The execution of that was the problem. And everyone, including the star hating the movie, was the problem. Mm-hmm. And the movie being bad was the problem. But, like...
movie wasn't even that bad. It was just poorly edited.
It was poorly. They took off about 15 very crucial minutes out of the movie. And then, like... Mm-hmm. You and I did a review of like what the actual original script was years ago, and like the original script was way better.
Way better, yeah.
But I mean, I could have dealt with a lot of that. They just went back to him flying. I forgot what I was going to say for a second. They went back to him flying, and I realized like, where is this fucking prison?
It's one of the science cells that the Owens have.
Does he actually leave? Is this on Earth?
Yeah.
Though?
No, it's not on Earth. It's Oa, as far as I know, or maybe some planet aside from Oa that they have prisoners. But no, he went to outer space. He went to another planet.
I mean, all right, to be fair, he's moving in this thing just fine. But it's because they've separated the torso. Like, it's really just a long sleeve leather jacket and a pair of leather pants. So, like, he's twisting left and right just fine. I think if he tries to touch his toes in this, you're going to see if he has any tramp stamps or anything.
Yeah.
But he does okay just walking around in it. And genuinely, I think it looks better on a wire. I swear to God, the suit was made to be on a wire.
Yeah, he looks like he's got like a stiff torso.
A little.
Yeah, like it looks like if he tried to bend at the waist, it would just like that would stay taut.
Okay.
Maybe stab him in the dick.
Yeah. There are probably costumes. There's probably a lot of stories like this where somebody was just injured on set trying to do something entirely mundane in their costume. Just someone trying to grab a bagel. And just cuts, like, needs sutures afterwards.
Yeah. Like, God, what's wrong? What's wrong there, Billy? This Green Lantern suit stabbed me in the dick.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it severed the head. Oh, there's so much blood. There's so much blood on my Green Lantern suit. It looks like Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
If this was a different era, we would have thrown in a bunch of Bobbit references right now.
I bobbited myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I do wonder how many people. It was just such an infamous piece of American backdrop for a long time. I think it's still, in many circles, still well known. Also, one of the most hilariously close to what it really is sounding crimes I've ever heard.
Yeah, like that. God, like, why would it be? It was like that guy's name was perfect.
Yeah, it was. I think his full name was John Wayne Lost His Dick in a Fight. Before the marriage. I wanted to look at this again, and yeah, sure enough, there are like other planets in the background. Because for a second, when I looked at that, it just looked like he flew to fucking some fissure in Antarctica or something. So where are you going? All right, so he goes to there. He sees how. God, I wish this fucking thing wouldn't tell me about Hard Knocks, Seattle Seahawks. I don't give a shit. Hey, here's
what
you try to get to the end of the episode, and it immediately tells you about like if I could just join everyone and being incredibly mad at HBO Max for this thing they do. But like, my God, guys, let us watch the credits if we so choose, and if not, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Just do a better job at suggesting shit. If you insist on it, just do better. The one that is the worst is Last Week Tonight, somehow trying to get you to Bill Maher. Oof. Those are not the fucking same viewers at all. Oof. Same with this though. Like, I've just got Lanterns, and then it's trying to suggest Hard Knocks training camp with the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
But here's why. It's because it's Kyle Chandler, and he was in Friday Night Lights, and this is football. So they outgrown the thought that I wanted football.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that dumb.
I just figured it was, had something to do with them, Zaslav did all that wheeling and dealing for all those different sports things.
Oh, yeah, he's pushing the sports stuff up front, sure. Yeah. There's going to be stuff like that.
I'm sleepy.
You're good.
Now, I was apologizing to the listener who's like, God, what is he, high? No, I'm very, very tired.
Oh, no, I'm absolving you on your behalf. But I was going to also throw us both under the bus. Yeah, we've been sick last 2 days. Or you've been sick like all week. I was just sick all day today. But like, we weren't well. But yeah, in this case, it's the reason it's HBO's sucks the worst is because I think their algorithm really just has no fucking idea what you're like. The valence of things they look at for what should be guiding this thing is absolutely stupid. They have no fucking idea what the related to process should be. And on top of that, they have such a limited catalog that they're like, the reason it's Bill Maher is because it's news. It's considered comedy news. So they throw on the other comedy news they have and assume that you're just going to love comedy news as a category. It is rough. I'm mad at it.
I'm sorry.
I was mad at it as everybody else is. I actually do. It's every single Sunday clockwork. You can watch every single time after, what is it, like 10:30 our time that Last Week Tonight airs, I think. It's like 10 o'clock or something that's available to stream our time, and then like 10:30 or so it'd be over, 10:40, whatever. Just go directly to whatever internet you choose right after, and you'll find somebody saying, "For the love of God, HBO Max," and tagging them and everything. It's clockwork. Okay. I think the only thing we didn't discuss is Zoe and him meeting up in the diner there.
Well, they didn't really meet up. She was there accidentally.
Yeah. I just mean meeting again in this case.
Yeah, I don't remember really what they talked about other than her saying that she was happy he didn't know that she was married.
Yeah. All they really do, as far as I can tell, is go on about just laying out the landscape of, that dude has a lot of money, so he can do kind of whatever he wants, and he gets to wrap up and say, I wouldn't have done that if I'd known you were married, which I guess preserves the moral fabric of our main character here. I did laugh when she was like, "Tell me about your white man." Yeah. Yeah. I think the only point of this scene was to like I said, absolve him a little bit, let him off the hook as far as that goes, get them closer. They're going to talk about how it's a little bit weird. I did see some suggestions that maybe she was the Manhunter.
Oh. Okay.
She's definitely an interesting enough character and actress for them to pull off her having like a role like that later. But the money part would bother me. I don't think she can be that. There's a benefactor in there somewhere that I feel like that's all related somehow in a way that doesn't quite work out for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's an interesting theory.
She might be she might be the benefactor, and the NDA is a falsity. Like, there's no real NDA. It's just that he's protecting his wife. The
NDA
Manhunter.
is just the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that. And I guess the last thing I really had, I did love the trick about going after his pride. No, I mean, granted, it backfired, or it fired somehow, some kind of damn way. He got himself shot, and he has to apologize for getting himself shot because he should have just shut up and let her talk. But if you're going to go in there, it was a funny tack to take, was, all this fucking cowboy acting, you're afraid of some fucking lawyer's NDA.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot. It's going to work on the good old boy faction like this. I think that's all I had, though. No, there was one last thing. My bad.
No, you're good.
The oath.
Yeah. I love how he just ran through that shit.
It's just routine for him right now, right? Just did it real quick. He's not taking a moment to think about how cool the thing he just did was. That was just the 7,000th fucking time he's done that.
Yep.
I did see people saying later online after this that like, yeah, I can't wait to see John recite the oath. And like, yeah, I do think that's something you probably have to look forward to here. I'm betting he does recite it, and he's going to do it with a little bit more gravitas than Hal's doing it right now. I think that's the intentional setup we're seeing there.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a little more respectful. But not until after he's incredibly disrespectful. Because, this next episode, it looks like he's walking up to some fucking guardians with a little bit of, I don't know, he's acting straight up cocky.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah. I had a thought earlier today. If they'd made this show 15 years ago, 20 years ago, man, I would have liked to have seen
more
Bruce Campbell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it is kind of related to that,
Yeah.
Remember Bruce Campbell, and Ash.
You didn't get to see him in this kind of thing because he was busy with the dead dicks. But
remember in Ash versus Evil Dead, he actually he had his head shoved up a corpse's ass, and the dick was hanging off of his chin.
No, I don't remember that. I don't at all.
It was a great bit.
But now I want to go back and find that because that's great.
He's like running around because he's like this person was like their bowels, they were disemboweled. They got a big hole in their gut. And some demon or whatever shoves his head up this corpse's ass, and he like rears up with the fucking body on his shoulders, but his head is up this thing's ass, and the dude's like pierced dick and balls are just hanging right below Bruce's chin.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
That's excellent.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, I need to go find that. But you would have you wouldn't have minded him for a Hal back in the day?
Yeah, no, I don't think I would have.
I don't think I would have minded that either.
This version of Hal?
Especially this version. Yeah, he was done great with that.
Yeah. Just the way he calls John Jr.
Yeah, he did them great with Junior. Which, by the way, like, there aren't a lot of people that can sell that. He's doing a pretty good job with it. It's just such a old guy kind of thing to say that, like, not a lot of people can say that and not sound like kind of a, tool, for lack of a better word.
I mean, you could just see it, like when what's-her-face gets to the, comes up to the car and he's got the corpses and rolls down the window and goes, "This about me driving without your insurance?" or whatever. Like, dude, you could totally see Bruce Campbell doing all that shit.
Yeah.
Are you guys talking about me?
Yeah. That would have worked.
I love Bruce Campbell, man.
Yeah, he actually would have had a great time in the council meeting too. Yeah. Well, even the bit where he kind of leaves because, like, God, come in, make a scene about how you need to sit down and then leave when you get a phone call. Fucking what a dick. What an absolute tool.
All right. Man, I wish we already had the new episode.
Yeah. I'm
enjoying it.
I really am enjoying it. I would almost want to say, God, every time I see him walk out in this uniform, because I've around it a couple times, it looks a little bit more casual. I'm getting used to it. Yeah, I would normally even joke that, like, my only criticism is I wish I had more of them, but not even that. Not even really. The giving it a week is the correct format here. Sometimes that's how things need to be viewed. You watch a little bit of it, you get to think about it for a week. It's the way to maximize your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Binging can just be, sometimes it's a waste of what you could have done for yourself. A little self-care, a little sitting back and enjoying it one episode at a time. That's what we're doing here. Also, I just looked and realized that, like, by the time this is over, we're going to be into October. So I can ride lanterns right through the depression that is the end of summer, straight into spooky season. That's good stuff.
I posted some video I saw floating around where it's like everyone talking about how sad they are about the end of summer or whatever, and it's fucking Bill Hader is Keith what is his name? Morrison from Dateline. Keith Morrison from Dateline.
Yeah.
Going like, "Oh no." It's like, and the other guy's like, "Oh no, you seem kind of happy about it." "No, I'm bummed."
Yeah.
Fuck summer.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of the heat. Give me autumn.
No, I'm happy with the summer.
Give me a crisp wind up me bum.
No, I was just finally starting to get comfortable.
I will say, I do love that bit where you walk outside and it's like really hot and you've been in the house all day and you like realize for the first time, like, oh, I'm a person and it's warm now.
Yeah.
this isn't bad. And then you get in the car and it's so hot and it feels so good for just like 30 seconds before you're just like, Jesus Christ, this is just terrible.
Yeah. Most people enjoy a few seconds of that. I can pretty well ride with the. I mean, yeah, there's a level of stuffiness where you literally don't have good air to breathe. But yeah, I mean, I can happily exist for a few minutes in that. We straight up had a heat index of 110 the other day, and I had a hoodie on. Mm-hmm. Outside talking to people.
That sounds like you.
Yeah, I was perfectly happy.
You're an 80-year-old woman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That said, most of the time I'll wear a hoodie inside my house at 74 degrees.
I mean, I'm inside right now, and I have short sleeves on, and I'm quite uncomfortable.
Yeah. I have too many good hoodies though too. Like sometimes I just need to wear Spider-Man.
I do. I have a great Spider-Man hoodie.
I've got 2 great Spider-Man hoodies. And a great Venom hoodie.
I might go back for that movie a second time, man.
I need to watch it again. Or first of all, I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen it. I'm saying it again.
I'll let you know if I end up going again. I'm deeply considering taking the daughter to it. I keep going back and trying to, do the thing where I review the movie and go, okay, is there anything here I don't think she can see? I mean,
when I was her age, I watched The Shining.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that completely stands out. I mean, you're always trying to make your judgments of these things, but like I don't think there's anything I would be in the theater and have like a cold pit in my stomach and go, oh, I forgot,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything like that. But I've considered it because I just think she'd like it.
Yeah, probably. She's a fine child. She'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll watch it when it gets to the home front anyway, which is only going to be another 30 days or something. You
mean you raised her on Zack Snyder's Justice League, for fuck's sake?
She was 3 and 4 years old watching
decapitations.
Yeah, Steppenfuck get decapitated. So like, yeah, she's fine.
She can handle little Peter Parker.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it. Thank y'all for listening. What am I hearing in the background? Is that a dog digging at something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the dog. I don't know, man. I heard one theory that that's dogs looking for snakes before they like lay down in it.
I always thought they were looking for treats.
Oh, yeah, because they do that thing where they do the little circle, or then they scratch the shit out of your fucking couch or whatever it is, and they do a circle again, they lay down, and like, I don't know what the fuck. So one of my favorite theories was somebody said, yeah, I think that's it's an old, like, if you're a dog, you could hear your threats, but you'd have to like, fuck up the underbrush a little bit, make sure there's no snakes hiding in there. And somebody's like, no, there are Irish setters that do this behavior. That can't be true. Mm-hmm. And that takes a little bit of doing, but there's no snakes in Ireland. So if there are Irish dogs doing that, then that can't be the explanation. Mm-hmm. Like that's fantastic logic. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
What was that? Wasn't there something where some fucker drove all the snakes out of Ireland or something?
Yeah.
Is that what St. Patty's Day is about?
Yeah, that literally is the St. Patrick's myth. I forget the details, but he fluted his way through all the snakes off somewhere else. I think he dropped them off in the English, and that's why they starved him over some potatoes a couple of 100 years later or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's clearly the correct version of the history.
Sure.
Nailed it.
Again, thank y'all for listening. We'll be back at some point.
Next week.
Oh my God. Yeah, next week. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening to DC On Screen. If you enjoyed the show, I would encourage you to come support it on Patreon. Patreon.com/DC On Screen. $1 a month gets you every episode ad-free. 5 or more gets you that, plus any bonus content we decide to post, like, Comic Castaways. It all helps keep the lights on over here. The music you're listening to was made by Jason Goss and Michael Shackelford, and you can find their band, Future Elevators, on Spotify. And finally, if you would like to hear more from me, David C. Robertson, you should consider signing up for my weekly/semi-weekly newsletter, where I post links to my latest poetry, fiction, photography, and whatever the hell else I'm a-brewing. It's called David C. Robertson's Maladjusted Multiverse, and it's absolutely free. davidcrobertson.com. All links are in the show notes. Thanks.